pop up and we'll get them rolling. Cool. Good afternoon, Edgewood baseball fans. This is Brian Caudell, the play-by-play announcer for the Edgewood Cougars varsity baseball team this coming season. And joining me today is our new head coach here at Edgewood. I'm here with Austin Hatfield, and this is just a preview, a look into the 2025 Edgewood Cougars season. And first off, Coach, I just want to welcome you to the Edgewood program and can't express enough how excited we are to have you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm very excited for the season. I know last year we were pretty solid, so I'll let you ask the questions, though. But really excited. So
that's fantastic. Well, Coach, I know that your background and knowing a little bit about you. First off, we'll talk about your playing experiences. I know as a player, you played at Lakota East under Ray Hamilton, one of the better high school coaches. Long history of success at both Ross and at Lakota East. You played under him. Speak a little bit about your high school experience and then go on to say, the kind of background you had in the game itself post-high school.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I played for Coach Hamilton for 3 years. Mentor of mine, I still talk to him a decent amount. When I actually announced that I accepted the job, he reached out to me. So very thankful to have Coach Hamilton in my life still. Like you said, legendary head coach, won a state championship, I think, in 2013. So I just missed that. But we had a couple great years with him. He's an awesome guy. So he kind of sparked my, my want to coach at a young age. So from there, graduated. I went to Carson Newman for a year, Division II school down in Tennessee. Played there for a year, and then I actually transferred to a junior college, and then went to Earlham for 3 years and played there. So Earlham College, I coached there as well, as you know. Played for Earlham for 3 years. I think I was all conference. Well, technically only 2 because of COVID. But I was all conference there for 2 years, catcher and first baseman.
Yep.
And then started coaching with them right after. So.
Well, I was told, I just had a little conversation with your dad, Coach Kenny, and he had mentioned to me the relationship. I thought it was really cool, and I think it's important to bring that up, was you had a great mentor during your playing days at Earlham College over in Richmond, Indiana.
Yes.
And you want to speak about that relationship with you and your coach at over at Earlham?
Yeah, so my first 2 years of college baseball was rough. I didn't play at all my freshman year. I redshirted. And then out of JUCO, just looking for the right fit. Coach Sackasitz, Coach Sack, for a lot of people know him as Coach Sack, he had reached out to me, kind of gave me a new chance at my career. So, everything that he told me came true when I came to that program. And obviously I put in the work to have success there, and the team had a lot of success as well. But, I owe everything in my baseball career to Coach Sack. He, like I said, he gave me, that second chance and trusted in me as a player. And then the biggest thing to me was after my playing career was over, he reached out to me to come back and help coach the program. And that was just, it was such a blessing to me to be able to, go back side by side, kind of see, everything that he was able to give us, I was able to give that back to the program. So it meant a ton to me to have him, as a player and a coach. So
sure, and that's neat. I think that's neat that you stepped in immediately as part of the coaching staff there at Earlham. I'm sure that level of baseball prepped you in a lot of ways, and it even goes deeper than that coaching experience for you in the fact that you coach one of the premier summer baseball programs in Cincinnati, and indeed throughout the country for that matter, in Midland. And I know that a couple of our players are going to be involved with that. I know J.J. Vogel has been on your roster this past summer, and we'll touch on this year's team in a minute. But what does that program mean to you, and has it sort of prepped you for this first varsity head coaching job?
Yeah, absolutely. So just going back a little bit, my first 4 years of summer ball was with the 2024 Cincy Flames team. So I think we had almost 20 Division I commits. So playing, the best of the best competition every weekend. Being able to communicate with some of those college coaches was big too. Kind of pick their brains a little bit on, different development strategies, coaching stuff, all that that goes into that. But yeah, right now I'm with Midland on year 2 with Midland's national team at the 16U level. Like you mentioned, we have J.J. Vogel and Carter Breedlove. Actually, this year was a new addition. So 2 Edgewood guys with Midland. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. You see, some guys that are draft level prospects that you get to play against.
Sure.
I know JJ actually pitched last summer against the number 2 team in the country, and he threw amazing. So, you get a little bit of a taste of the higher level baseball there for sure, and then along with the college as well. Sure. More structured in college, obviously, but that's absolutely prepared me for what's to come this year.
Well, and the thing is, and I know you would attest to this, is that when you get with those elite level, very talented players, I think in the long run it makes you better as a coach too, because the things that you want to instill in your players, typically they grasp those kind of things pretty quick. You can take them to the next level as well. Well, I appreciate all that info on your background. Let's dive into the 2025 Cougars. So Edgewood, a season ago, 16-9, pretty successful season record-wise. I believe we finished 4th in the conference. And now we head to 2025. One thing that you've got certainly to look forward to is some experience, and 10 seniors going to be on this year's roster. So talk about our seniors and what your expectations are for them this coming season.
Yeah, so like you said, a lot of experience there with the seniors. Not just that, a lot of those guys have played meaningful innings. Got a guy back last year that wasn't with us in Carson Meadows, so excited for him as well to get back on the mound. But yeah, I mean, that's invaluable to a team, right? You have a bunch of older guys that can kind of lead the way. And with me coming in as a new coach, I kind of said, we want to change the culture a little bit. Let's let the players kind of lead this thing. So having 10 seniors kind of allowed us to do that, to where we could put a little bit more on them to say, hey, this is just as much your program as it is mine. So they've done an awesome job. I know we have Jackson Spears as a captain this year. Team voted. Hayden Simons played a lot last year. He's a captain as well. Carson Meadows, like I mentioned, new to the program this year at least, but senior captain. So we have a lot of great senior leaders. I know Kellhoffer's been here, 4-year starter, I think, and a handful of other guys, not to just mention those two. But, with Perkins on the mound, Stewart on the mound, we have Cooper Chastain's a senior who's new to the program this year. I don't think he played last year. I think I'm missing a couple there, but we're
definitely a lot of them. That's easy to do for sure. But you're right, though. I mean, you do have some talented players with experience. Eggebrecht was Eggebrecht comes to mind. I know I've watched him up here. Very talented player. I know you attest to that. But there are certainly some players that have experience that will spearhead, I think, what Edgewood is trying to do this year. Now, with that said, one of the nice things, and when you truly have built a nice program, is when it's not rebuild, it's reload.
Yes.
And you've got some players in this program that are juniors, sophomores, even freshmen that you have to feel good about as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I know the one that's easiest to talk about is Roman Smith. He's been here, I believe he started his first 2 years as freshman and sophomore. All-conference guy last year, just like Robert was all-conference as well. But yeah, having some guys like that. I know JJ Vogel threw a lot last year, played a lot. A lot of guys that that are young, that are sophomores and juniors who have experience already. So that is huge to not have to step into a role right away that you're not used to. Right. So it's awesome. Carson Downey's another one, junior that we expect to do a lot. He'll play a bunch of different positions for us, pitch a lot. So. Yeah.
It is. It's an exciting time. I know that one of the great things about opening a season is that, it's a clean slate. Everybody's 0-0. You got to have good feelings. But this Edgewood team definitely has potential. But yet at the same time, it's just that until they, get together as a team and perform out on the field up to your expectations. And hopefully, they can do that, and I know a lot of people will be cheering them on as well as yourself along the way. So typically there are 3 aspects to the game. We've got hitting, we got pitching, we got defense. That sort of leads to winning baseball. As you look at those areas of the game, is there a particular, I just feel like you're going to be pretty solid in all areas, but is there a particular aspect that you'd like to see improvement in as we head into the year?
Yeah, so one thing I'm going to bundle offense is not just hitting, it's also base running. So something that's going to be new to the program this year is a little bit more advanced base running system. I won't get too much into it now.
Sure.
But the goal for this year is, and I think I had an interview recently, I talked about we want to set a new standard for stolen bases, extra base hits, and runs scored. And a lot of that will have to do with our base running system and getting guys more fastballs early in counts.